Shout out to everybody here on this wonderful Sunday morning, early bird style. This is early. Jump on in. 10 minutes to countdown. Let's go. Let's go. Check 1 2 1 2. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's get that music back up and running, please. In the back there. Yes, you on the boards. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody here. Can Bitcoin finally recover, or is it going down the tubes? How much longer can we stay at 88,000 levels? This is insane. I want to read the funny comments that I saw. We had a few in here that got me going on this beautiful Sunday morning. First thing it said is, max out your credit cards for silver. That's pretty funny. This says, read John 8:32. So I asked Grok to pull it up. They will know the truth, and the truth will set you free, is what it said to me. Honestly, I thought it was too heavy Bitcoin this run, but I'm happy I was. I like that. China travel ban on silver. Interesting. This is a 5-point-year cycle. I'll let you guys are funny. Yeah. This is not a 4-year cycle. It's a 5.4-year cycle. Interesting. I like that. Sam Maga. I don't know what. Yeah, Maga? Yeah. Putting pants on. Yo, I have pants on. You know, I thought of a funny joke of putting underwear over my pants and like going like this and like, you finally got me. I'm only wearing boxers. But then zooming out yet again to see that I was wearing boxers over my pants. And then to take the box off. But I thought that was then I thought it was weird to wear underwear in front of grown men, right? You know what I mean? So I decided, nah, I can't do it. But I thought about the joke as if it would be funny. I don't think it's funny, you know. So I didn't do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, okay. So I shouldn't have talked about it either. Yeah. I had an idea. I just wanted to fake out the crowd. You know what I mean? Anyway, I should have probably kept it to myself. Sorry. Look at that Zano bouncing off that 3-day bounce. It looks like it could move all the way back up to the top of liquidity. It is going to have some resistance at 11. But for some reason, it's one of the hot sauce bosses in the house right now. We're still watching Bitcoin on this 15-minute time frame. I don't know why I hit the 12 accidentally, but we're watching the 15-minute inside of a shoulder, head, right shoulder kind of there. An ascending triangle. Can we break out the measured move length of the pole? That takes you to about 88,400. And then there's a big gap there. It says we could all probably get to 88.7 because there's a gap in the VRVP. We are above this point of control here. A lot of liquidity that we gapped up from suggests that there is a good chance you see 88.7 here for Bitcoin. Bring this music down a touch there. Sorry about that. And then when we take a look at what's happening on Bookmap and get your lifetime discount on Bookmap, one-time payment, and it's done. Hit the link today to find out more. Look at this area here. Attempting to pull a lot of liquidity down into 81, 80,009. Still hanging up there at 92, but it's been hit or miss on Bookmap the last few weeks. It's just been tight. And that's, expected when price action is light. So we're just watching this flag. And I'm looking to see it break out. I mean, they're 50-50. It could end up busting to the downside. But we want to see. Let's do our top 10 analysis. We'll end up back here again. Get rid of the spaghetti for a split second. Not too long, though. Look, there's a cup and a handle there. Sammy, cup and handy, my goodness. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Nice trajectory to the upside. Nice top. Man, let's go. Let's do it above the POC. A double bottom there. Looks like we're at least going to come back here to this gobbledygoo. So let's see. Let's go, BTC. A little bounce back, and it's not going to be huge. That's going to be 88,800, the 888s. But hey, it's better than going to the downside over here. Eh? Let me tell you something. So I like it. I like it. It's better than nothing. Shout out to everybody here on the chat. Let me jump on into the chat and see what the chat is doing. See what the rock is cooking. Do you smell what the rock? Dude fell off though. I mean, right? I mean, I feel like, I don't know. God bless him. Good, great. Is it Bookmap very incorrect lately? No. Just kind of hanging out with liquidity. I caught the green candle straight up on the 26 and sold the trade before it dumped back down. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at Knight, founder of Charles. Yeah, Knight's okay. It's not amazing, but it's all right. We'll look at Knight when we're done with Bitcoin. And thank you for everyone who jumped in pretty early. It's like 7, 8 in the morning. on a Sunday. But, I got guests. I like to show them the city, show them what's up. And I don't want to be, taking up most of their time. So while they're asleep, I get it done. We can wake up together and have a blast. Yeah. Double top of the 1 hour is nearly New Year's. Oh my goodness, this smells disaster, Glot. I looked at last year's chart or I'd be toast. Ooh. Shout out to Benny Crypto getting toasty. I got that. Wow, this guy, Bookmap, that would have been hilarious. Yeah. ZK Meta picking up again. Okay. What do you think Bitcoin will end today? I don't know. We could do a green box and have some fun to see what happens tonight at the weekly candle close. First thing is the monthly is still showing a hidden bullish divergence, which means that the RSI is pointing down, but price action is pointing up. You could say, oh, well, we had one here too, but it, looked very similar to that one right there, and it didn't prevail. So there's a good point right there. That's hidden bullish right there. It didn't seem to play out. However, we were very overheated. We haven't gotten that overheated just yet. We were still slightly in a higher low. But to me, we just need this pump. See this pump? We just need that pump. Maybe it's a right shoulder. Maybe it's nothing. But we at least need that pump. Come on. We need nothing, right? But we could get that Pumpalowski. Tori up sky away. Can we get a pump off? Just one pump is all we're asking for. It's always just one, right? So hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. Still looks interesting. We'll see what happens. It's still there though. Like it's still there. 2-week chart closes in a week. Doesn't look amazing. It's an indecision doji. We haven't been getting a lot of love on any of this. Moving averages pretty far apart too as well. On the weekly, 21 curving back down to the 200, which usually is a bearish sign too as well, about to cross, right? It's kind of like up here when you curve. And I think it's best to assume right now you're in a bear flag on the weekly. I think if you don't do that and then you see it dump on the weekly and you act like you were surprised, you're going to be like, you got to, right now we're in a downtrend. We're below the daily 200 for more than about 2 months. To me, that's bearish. You're likely going to visit the 200 on the weekly. 50, 58,000, make a nice little bear market. 4-year cycle never ended. Everyone gets proved wrong, right? This is a high possibility. I'm open-minded to this. I'm saying this is where we are right now. If Bitcoin could close a weekly candle above 94,000, it would change everything. That's kind of my line in the sand. And then you can see there's a weekly, right? Yeah, 93.60 right there. Where these two candles close, I'm going to zoom in here and show you, but right here. That's so important on the weekly. Wherever you've had a tweezer bottom. And so look left, find your first tweezer bottoms right there. That's where we must break back above to remain bullish. Otherwise, you have to assume we're in a bear market. And we're going lower. Once we get above 94, things could change. Till then, it's kind of, so that's why it's such a big, like they can't give it to us so easily either. 5-day chart to me, I've been saying, is it a bear flag? And maybe it's not. See, I'm open-minded to believe. See, the problem with my channel is you'll watch this, someone new, right? And they might be like, oh, he's bearish. Then I'll be long next week and he'll be like, oh, this guy flip-flops. He never stays. I'm not opening up a short right now. I'm just telling you that it's likely to believe. I think the best thing for my mind, for you do what you want, but I'm a trader. We were trading together. But the best thing for my mind, nice little pump here for Bitcoin. But the best thing for my mind is to believe this is a bear flag. But to look for opportunities outside of the flag. See, nice little pump for Bitcoin. Cup and handle kind of breaking out. I have a very tiny trade on the weeks. Opened it yesterday, just in that flag. Just because we're touching the 21 above the 200 on the 5-minute too. And when we cross the 200 moving, I'm up 92 bucks. It's not a big trade. It's $75,000 position. We'll see. That used to be a huge trade for me. Now that's a kind of like whatevs, as long as it's done with proper risk management. I came to terms with us being in a bear market a while back. The charts are clear. Yeah, it's easy for me to think that, Once you're over that, and we make money, see, we can still make awesome gains. Like we can bounce, if this could be a bear market, And the 5-day chart could bounce up, down, and up again. There could be 2 5-day periods of pump. And we could take some nice scalps to the upside. There could be some longs there. There might be some shorts. Like, there could be some money to be made in there. So I don't stress. I just look for opportunity. I'd like to see this 5-day candle come back to the top of the channel, though. It is a slight higher low. Someone could say, no, it's a cup and handle, Sam. We're about to blast. And you know what? I'm open-minded to that, too. And I'm more likely to long than short. I'll tell you that. I have a bullish bias at the end of the day. It's kind of a lower low, but there, look, what I did see, which I find very interesting, is there's some bullish divergence here on the 3-day chart. As that swings up and that swings down, that's some bullish divergence. You get back above this 92.6 area, I mean, and look at this nice little gap in the VRVP here. There's just a mountain of liquidity up in 102 to 107, 10, you know. How do you not get dragged in there? It's kind of like a magnet. And we've held strong. So there's still a chance. If we get back above the 200 in the 3-day, I flip bullish again. I would open up a long with a stop below here and go for the gap. Class in session, pay attention to Mr. Price. Rave Song Records, thank you. Hit the link, go to cryptolifer.com. Go to cryptolifer.com. Okay, it's an awesome website. Hit subscribe. And there's the quarterly, the annual, or the basic subscription. And that's me at your doorstep every single day. Virtually. You know, I'm not going to show up to your house, but every single day. And yeah, that's me right there. Jump on in today. Find out more. cryptolifer.com. And I have a Discord, and I'm there every day. Teaching, opening, you know, showing you guys kind of the deep diving, opening the library of crypto and showing you. I also have a class already made in there for you with like 50, 60 videos, and it can show you exactly what you're looking for. So trade on MEXC, trade on Weeks, trade on BTCC. BTCC has the gold trade that's been ripping up 100%. You know, so God bless anyone that jumped on into my gold trade. I gave a beautiful entry, gold at 45.32 now, which is pretty beautiful. Anyway, back to BTC. So there's a little bit of a chance here, but let's see. I mean, the next 3-day candle really got to close back above the 200 moving average for me to feel bullish. And then we're here on the daily. So what do I see on the daily? So possible bear flags in the 5-day and the weekly are the only like real, those are the only real patterns that I'm looking at right now, right? I mean, this, I had to be honest, looked to me like it's got some descending triangle vibes. Like, does it eventually come into the front here? You know, could it make its way back inside and then dump on us? Some say it's just a double bottom. I mean, it did it. It's on the way back out. Kind of a slanted, inverted head and shoulder here. About to take it out. Once we get above 95, man, we're going to gap up to 110. This could be the trade of the century. And it has kind of some Adam and Eve vibes now, too. Except this little dagger move, but we did eat it back up so quick. So, you know, I'm open-minded to be open-minded. You like that one, don't you? I'm open-minded enough to be open-minded that anything is possible. Right? And that this has to be a possibility. Now, for this to happen, I know exactly what the small time frames have to do. Number one, today we got to close a daily candle outside of the range. See this falling, you know, we broke out. You could say, okay, fine. So it's definitely a resistance since the December 11th. I mean, that's a, 17-day resistance. And now you've poked out of it. You faked out 3 times and got back inside. You're outside. This has to close green. And look, close above the POC. Look at the point of control right here on the daily. Look at the gap here. You could be at 90,000 pretty fast, and then boom. That big resistance at 92.8. And then the 94,000. So there's going to be some fight. So now let's kind of zoom in. And this is where it takes kind of an expert TA. Like, most people are going to get this wrong, and they're going to get wrecked. Most people are going to get wrecked. I'm just telling you, they're going to get liquidated. They're going to be on the wrong side of the trade. 3-day chart looks like a double bottom. I got to say, the more I look at it, the more it looks like it could bounce. And there's a bullish divvy there. 12 and the 22 are looking more and more kind of like a cup and handle-esque, but they're not amazing. I have to be honest. This little thing here kind of looks like a descending triangle, right? You got this little world going on. You're like, Sam, you're confusing me. I know, but there's worlds inside of worlds, and I think that's why people like my channel. Because this is how I figure it out. Like, there's a pathway inside of the charts to each time frame. The 4 hour leads you to the 1 hour, and the 1 hour leads you to the 4, and it's all connected in the deeper theory of math and science. I mean, it just continues. So here we are watching this symmetrical triangle. Same thing we said last night. And either it breaks down somewhere to about 85 or it breaks up. That we're above a point of control and there's a gap in the VRVP. That's telling us there's a likelihood of a move to the upside. 90,200 would be great. I'd make a little bit of coin today for whatever reason on a Sunday, which doesn't make any sense. But we could get a liquidation at least to here, 88.9. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Got to get back above the 200 moving average, but the moving averages are getting nice and tight. I mean, in bearish times, that's a nice dump. When you get above this 200, you pull the 21. Like here, I mean, I thought we were in for a move. Twice now, though, we've gotten above the 200 with the 21 and lost it. Could this be the time that we actually make it happen? And then here we are with the 15-minute. And this kind of flag that we saw here. And if the 50-minute doesn't break out, nothing happens, right? So if we lose the 2 hour, if you lose the 200 moving average on the 15 and you close a couple candles here, I mean, you're likely dropping right down to here. When you stay tight in here, then you can break out. So I'd watch the 50-minute. It's going to give you the sauce. And, maybe it goes sideways all night. Where do I see Bitcoin at 8 p.m. tonight for the weekly candle close? That's at 20, right? Like, no, not the link to the show. It's just the last thing I copy-pasted. Oh, yeah, I just got to press the button. I don't got to do that. Sorry. So that's 8 o'clock tonight. Where do I see Bitcoin? Well, I'm going to go with the fact that it does get tight and it starts to break out, but it doesn't do something amazing. Ends up right here in the middle of this gap. The reason why I'm leaning towards a pump for Bitcoin is because you're above the point of control. You're right here at a two-pronged high-volume node. And we can clearly see if you gap through here, there's a move to about 80. It's not amazing. It's 88.8. It's not, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? But it's, I'm just trying to dial in here and show you how we can figure out where Bitcoin's likely going on the small time frames, which then leads to where it's going on the big time frames. And if we're consistent and we go back and forth and we check it every few hours and we're really into it, it's for the most part, I feel like a human can be spot on. Not just me, but anybody, you, me, anyone who puts in the work can get it in. I'm just the guy who leads people to the light, the lifer, man. So we'll see. It could dump in 2 seconds right now all the way to the downside. Like someone said, it double topped on the 1 hour and it's about to dump in our face below the 200. I'm with that. I mean, look, it just dump in 2 seconds. And I'm more bearish than bullish on BTC. So I'm expecting dumpage. I would like to see a pump. Let's see. There are some signs in the VRVP here that we could gap up. So that's your update for Bitcoin. Nothing too crazy. Are you going to make a long today? I'm already in a small long. It's not crazy. But I probably shouldn't even be in it. It's back to break even right now. Right? And I'm risking very little. So we'll see what happens. I think it's probably good to not trade at all. And people will do what I guess I do sometimes. But don't do what you see. Do what you should, do whatever you have prepared in your mind. I am just an educator. I am not telling you what to do. Please don't ever do what I do just because I'm doing it. Never just do what you see on YouTube, man, you know. In a big short, so it'll likely go, hey, you never know, man. God bless you. Sam, if you could go back to when you started trading crypto, knowing what you know now, what would you change about how you did everything? Just accumulated more Bitcoin and less ish coins, to be honest. I could have even more Bitcoin than I have now if I had stayed more committed. But at the same time, you know, the risk in my life is what kind of got me here too. And I never want to downplay the fact that I took risks. So a lot of the risks, even if some of them didn't play out, I cherish them. Even the risk that turned into nothing, because it's kind of like a fisherman, like who eventually gets the big tuna. But there was certainly many a missed hook that got, you know, the fish took the bait away and you never got the fish. Happens many times when you're fishing. I was fishing recently, you know, the fish get smart. They know how to they get your bait and you don't get them, right? So it's kind of, you know, it goes hand in hand. So yeah, I mean, there was things I would change, but now that I look back on it, I'm happy I took the risk I did when I did. But, you know, the only thing I would say is just be a little more less risky, you know, in like meme coins and coins that just, you know, don't have any real backing. Yeah. But again, that's not financial advice, and nothing I say and do should be taken as such. Do what the education taught us. Thank you, Sam. Amen. The trade is your friend. Yeah. Yeah, someone said not in any trades, not enough volume and weekend low liquidity. I like that. Smart move, bro. Seriously. You know, my trade's up a little measly $26. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not trying to be a big shot here. And I'm even agreeing with this man saying, you know, I just look at the gap, look at the POC. We're on the 21 above the 200. There's some signs here that we can get a move. But only time will tell. I got 5,000 shares of MDA. Yeah, you're going short. I get it. I remember you, buddy. Shout out to Fred, man. Hey, you never know, man. Zcash. Let's take a look at Zeki. At Zeki. I mean, nice pump for Zcash. Now it's in a beautiful flag. And then we talked about it. We said we want to see it flag out. If it can flag out, looks like it's going to continue to pump. So I got to be honest. I mean, there's no reason why I can't assume that Zcash will continue. Measured move takes you to about 629. And we started this call at around 430, 440 maybe at the most. And you can see it right there. And Zcash continuing to the upside. It's up about 14-50% from the entry. So it looks like it's definitely going to continue across that 4-hour 200 moving average, which is the beginning of its last massive move. Zcash, man. You know, there's some lingering details that there may be a bigger move coming in 2026 for the entire altcoin market and Bitcoin, you know. We're going to enter money printing. Let's take a look at Sol. What's happening to Sol? Looked like it was going to go lower, right? Last time I looked at it. You know, it did break down eventually. Sol, baby, Sol. Always got to look at everything on like the weekly time frame. Wow, it's like back to its April 2025 lows. Soon it'll be like a year, right? It's crazy. A year up, a year down. This was it though. $20 all the way to basically 300, right? It topped out at almost, I would just want to say, maybe futures contracts hit 300, right? I mean, to me, it looks like a giant head and it still kind of looks like it could be in a giant head and shoulders that goes down to $40. You know, it's weird, right? I'm not saying that's happening for sure. I don't want to like jump on the bear Sol wagon here, but dang. And I own Sol, like, you know, it's so weird. You got this falling wedge. You could say, okay, it's in a giant double bottom. It's going to save the day, right? And after case two, it's going to take till June to hit 350. Hey, I'll take it. You know, I'll take 350 if we get there. To be awesome. Slightly higher low right now. Can you get the bounce? Oversold? Dang, man. Like, little bullish divvy on the 3-day chart too, just like Bitcoin, which is rare. You don't get bullish div on the 3-day a lot. Last time was right here. We had a beautiful bounce. April 4th, right? So, and there it is again, flashing its beautiful head. It looks exactly like the previous time. It even has the divergence on the indicator, the R, right? It says, hey, this is the dime to buy. The fear is high. Everyone believes it's going down. Boom. I guess, I mean, I hold SOL in bulk, so I guess like I would be bullishly biased that we could get a reversal. But there, I am showing you a previous twin sign of the last time we reversed. It looked identical. So we'll see what happens. Right there, you had the swing up while you had the swing down for Solana on the 3-day chart. Same scenario there, right? Hey, I mean, I get a lot of mixed signals everywhere recently. It's been tough. The Canton network, let's take a look at Canton. And it's funny, man. I looked at this and then just kind of let it go out of my wayside, and it went from 6 to 12 cents. And it just started ripping. And actually, had I even given it a look last night, like Canton CC, look at tight. I mean, that's my signal right there about 8 hours ago. It's inside the flag with the tight moving averages. Does look like it's going to 14.9. It's bullish. SAS has momentum on the 1, which means that the 5 and the 15 could continue. Then the 15 got the breakout already out of like the rising wedge. So now, you can't chase that. So then it comes down to like a 5-minute flag. And then I feel like that just kind of broke out. I think I'm a little too late on it at this point. I would have gotten in earlier on the flag. But hey, it looks like it's headed up to 12, and then we'll see. And then 14.3 could be the next bigger target. You're spot on there with Canton CC. Yeah. You made 50% in 2 weeks on CC. God bless you, man. Someone's making money. See? He's focused. He's not letting the whole market get in his head. Like we're making gains on Tesla and gold. Looks like Zora is ready to pump. You know, Zora was one before the market was hot that actually had some sauce to it. Like NFT kind of. I mean, that looks like an Adam and Eve double bottom, right? I like to just leave these here and then watch to see them play out. I'd say this one kind of had it too and never did it though. This one looks a little more affirmative. Still pretty low away from the 200. I see what you're saying. The 5-minute looks like it might want to take off. Funny, Sunday pumps on altcoins though, not my, I mean, they can be fun. I don't want to put it down. I made money on it in the past, but it just, this, right now with low volume got me sketchy. Bitcoin up. We're up more than I think we've ever been in the trade. So no, we were up 100. We're up 62. We'll see. That's a nice flag on Bitcoin. And I did show you how the VRVP showed you. It's so obvious that institutions are moving the market when they're not trading. There's no trading volume. You can't even scalp. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to scalp right now. It's very difficult to trade. Price action is nil. My systems still play out, though. Like, if you look here on the week's chart, like, we crossed the 200 moving average. We touched it, and we still kind of got the move back to the upside. We bounced off the 200, which is a known loving area that I like to jump on in. So things kind of making sense, but it's just taking its time. Taking its time. And again, John 8:3, he said, they will know the truth and the truth will set you free. Then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. Can we please have a look at Render? Thank you, boss. Let's look at Render, and then I'm going to also look at the super chats if there is any. There may be a few. We got Crypto Scarface throwing down right now. God bless you. And are you going to make a long today? And I said I'm already in a long. And we went over that already. I actually answered that already, yeah. You don't know what happened to Render. It's either at the very bottom of its like coins are at the coins are either dead or at the bottom of their I mean, right? Like this is what I've seen is a bear market. You know, I've seen this here. It's like a rounded bottom. Could be the end. Usually that could be the bottom there. What I've seen about rounded bottoms, they have 5, 4, 2, 3. Usually get like 5 touches, 5, maybe 6 at the most. And then they're out, right? But again, it shows me like April of 2027. It just shows me like you could get this coin maybe in August at $1.59. You know, maybe it rips back. I don't. Altcoins look like they have a long road to go. They lost way too much attention. They need attention. They need to come out, get attention, get movement, boom, boom. Then they can come back down a little bit, have a bear market, and get it. But this was too long. Too many peeled off. It's very hard to get the volume back. And there's going to be new tech and new projects that steal the show. I don't think everything's going to make it back. I gave up on Render. I sold it all. I moved on. Like, I just decided enough. I was smart, man. Weeks ago, I said enough is enough. I sold them when I at least had them at break even or a little below or sometimes above, depending where I got them. And I got the Lambo. I moved on. You know what I mean? I'm being honest. Like, I'm just being honest. I looked at all the charts of the altcoins and my mind made a real logical decision. It said, wow, by probability wise, I can get these coins only a little cheaper, a little more maybe. It doesn't look like they're going to be that expensive. I said, I believe in altcoins. Like, I still think there could be markets for them. But I think the time will be in August maybe or later. You know, and that means and we're going to just trade other stuff. And it doesn't mean there's going to be altcoins that don't pump though. There's going to be, look at CC. There's going to be things to pay attention to. I just don't think it's going to be the old coins. And I could be wrong. Maybe Render starts pumping tomorrow and goes all the way to the moon. I could be completely wrong, folks. I'm just doing what I believe was best for me, and I'm sharing it with the world, which is either good or bad. I get put on a chopping block, put on a judgment. Well, most of you are pretty cool to me, pretty nice, so I don't mind doing it. I share a lot. Backtested your strategy, won 6 out of 10 trades, just waiting for volume to come back, and then we'll go from there. See this guy? He backtested it, won 6 out of 10 trades. I mean, that's an amazing win rate that someone can hand to you from saying, hey, I did this for years, try it out. Yeah, the market just really tight right now. And I'm still slightly up in the trade, despite the tightness, but we'll see. I don't want to it's not like, right? It's not amazing by any means. 56 billones. But, I got a bubble on my other hand. Look, you know what I mean? This is like, $88.4. That's just, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's what we're looking for today. That's the likely scenario, but you never know. Thank you for your honesty, boss man. God bless you, brother. Someone said Zcash will blow Bitcoin away in the next cycle. It very well may. It very well may. Maybe advisory to have just a little chunkalino of the Zcashalino. Anyway, I'm going to jump out of here for the day. It's Sunday after Christmas. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for being amazing, and I just love you all. I can't wait to see you tonight for the weekly candle close, and may you have a blessed day. Enjoy your day. Be with your family if you have it. If you're alone, I understand. Work on your trades, work on your life. There's always something to go after. I got 3 kids that are going to have fun, and I'm with my niece and nephew too, and my sister, so a blessed day. I'm going to take today as it's like the last day of my life, man, and treat it like gold. I suggest you do the same. I love you all. Thank you so much. No words could really, really fill my mind with this world and your ears with the gratitude that I fully feel through frequency. But hey, I say what I can. Thank you so much. Remember, stay amazing, stay brilliant, believe in yourselves. The secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start somewhere to be great, man. You got to start to be great, baby. So join my trading group if you don't know what you're doing. Get an education. Begin your journey. I did the same thing. I had no idea what these lines and this stuff was. I had no clue what it was. Now it's my life. I live it, I dream it, I eat it, I think it, I sleep it. It's been years, you know. And, you know, if you want to be there with me, you'll be there. The person that desires to be there will find a reason to get there. The person that doesn't will find excuses. It's up to you. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.